It's Thursday morning, slightly later than what we normally have. And this is basically I'm sorry, we didn't test. You would think that as a test manager, I would understand the value of testing before going live. But, sometimes life takes over and you are very much reminded why testing prior to an event is super important. So Simone and I have decided to reschedule our discussion to the 24th of March at 8 a.m. And we have booked in a test set for the day before, so we know for a fact, for certain, that we can go ahead on the 24th. So if you are interested in listening to Simone's story, which I would highly recommend, her story is amazing. She's a very accomplished entrepreneur. She runs multiple businesses. Has a recruitment background and has also founded the Women's Resilience Centre in Sydney, or in New South Wales, I should say. So her story is fascinating, and there's a lot of learnings from her background, her own personal journey. So please put it in your calendar for the 24th of March at 8 a.m., which is 5 p.m., 6 p.m. New York time, so Eastern Standard Time in the US. In the meantime, at the Art of Service, we'll continue with asking questions. So the question that you should ask yourself prior to going into a LinkedIn Live is, does all my technology work? Do the people that I invite understand the systems that I'm using? Do my guests have the technical facilities? Do the cameras work? Do their microphones work? So all those pre-live recording checklist questions are now going to be included in a checklist. Other questions I should ask for future LinkedIn Live is, what do we want to get out of this live session? It's a 30-minute to 60-minute session. What's the end result? Why are we doing this? Why am I talking to this particular person? Because I've got some great guests coming up, like some really, really good business people that have personal experience with risk leadership or leading through risk, leading their businesses through risk. But there's also some great human resource experts. There are some people that have a lot of knowledge and a lot of understanding around compliance, and whether it's HR compliance or legal compliance. So the questions I should ask myself is, why am I talking to this person? Which part of business, questions, compliance, leadership do I want to focus on for this particular person? So that's a really important question. The other question is also, what is the boundary? What is it that we do not want to talk about? Because all these people, all these amazingly interesting people, have areas of their life that they may not want to share on LinkedIn, that they do not want to share with their business community, or are not appropriate for this laser-focused discussion. Call it a fireside chat. I put the candle on, it's a bit of a fire. So which part of their life and their enormously interesting background is out of boundaries? So we need to set some rules for the game. And I guess this is an example of running your business, running your organization, running your team. What do you want to focus on? What are the questions we need to ask ourselves to remain within focus? And what is out of the focus? What is not within our ballpark? What is not within our game plan? So it's back to the drawing board for me. It is definitely important for me to create checklists, to create documents that I can send out to people, because they're part of my team. They're part of my LinkedIn Live team. So I can send these checklists out to the people, show them a procedure, show exactly what's going to happen, so that there are no misunderstandings and there's no unexpected events, because there's also always going to be unexpected events. But how can we prepare for these unexpected events? So ask the questions, be prepared, and know what you're going to talk about. So it's all about the rules of the game, the rules of running a business, and I suppose it's also about the rules of running a LinkedIn Live. So the people that I have planned for the next few LinkedIn interviews, let's have a look, because I made a list. I did make a list. Next week, I am talking to Christine Green. She has been in business for over 20 years. She just sold one of her businesses. But from a compliance point of view, this is the focus. I really want to focus on two things with her. I really want to ask questions around the compliance requirements of preparing your business for sale, the compliance requirements of actually selling your business, and unraveling all that. But also her new business is all around helping and supporting small to medium businesses with their financial compliance needs. So there's two pieces of the puzzle that I really want to focus on with her. So it's compliance around preparing your business for sale and then selling it. And then after the sale, what's going to happen then? And then the next part is starting up a new business or running a smaller team, like from a bookkeeping, from a financial point of view. What are the compliance needs that you need to be aware of? What is it that you as the owner or the general manager, what is that you need to be aware of from a compliance point of view to run your business successfully? Then after that, on the 3rd of March, I'm having a chat with Steve Sisler. And Steve Sisler I met in 2013, I think, or 12. So a long time ago. He's a behavioral specialist. So I met him during the entrepreneurial master's program I did, which is a MIT together with the Entrepreneurs Organization. So that program specifically focused on, well, being an entrepreneurial master, I suppose, and running solid teams. So running good teams within your business, having high performance teams, and making sure that you understand the behavior of people and you can manage and work with and get the best out of your team. So 10 years down the track, I'm just really curious what Steve's journey has been. So it's a talk about what he used to do 10 years ago and how we met. And that was all around disc profile and entrepreneurial profiling and entrepreneurial characteristics, and the questions to ask when you are employing people in a smaller team, in a highly entrepreneurial team. What are the questions to ask to make sure that you have the right people on board, to what he does now. So it's a 10-year journey that I really want to go over with him, because I'm pretty sure he just published. And I'm sure there's been an evolution in his understanding and his expertise around behavioral science. Then on the 10th of March, I'm talking with Sean Halen, and Sean Halen is from South Australia. He is an IT specialist, used to run his own business for about 18 years, sold his business, and that's business specialized in PCI compliant website design, in cybersecurity. So a lot of technical security and technical compliance that he's an expert in. And he really focuses now on, actually he's just started a new role to create a futures program. So this is a bit of looking into the future of compliance and compliance related technology. So that's what's coming up in the next 4 months. But as I said, all these people are going to get a checklist, questionnaires, and procedure, so that we can prep ourselves, so we know exactly what's going to happen. And I don't have to disappoint you that I am announcing a speaker and then it's actually not happening. Not because of our fault, but purely because of, well, it is because of our faults, because I didn't prep my guests properly. So lots of learnings from today. Unfortunately, not the learnings that I prepared for, because we did have a lot of stuff prepared to talk to you about, but lots of learnings for me. And, those of you who know me, my motto is every day is a school day. And this was definitely a school day for me. So with those learnings, I'm now going back to the drawing board and rehash how I do these LinkedIn lives. And things can only get better from here. So thank you for your patience. Thank you for waiting. And I can't wait to show you what's going to happen, and to show you how I am going to get the best out of my speakers and out of my my guests and my friends, because these are my friends that I've worked with. And yeah, a lot of these people, I'm looking at the list now, a lot of these people I have known for over a decade, sometimes closer to 20 years. So it's super interesting, and I can't wait to share their stories with you. So that's it for me today. Thank you. Thank you for your patience again, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye for now. Oh, but if you want to do a bit of a head start on Simone, here are her connection points. So her LinkedIn profile, her business is Mondo Search, and the Women's Resilience Center. So those are the topics that we're going to talk about with Simone on the 24th of March. And if you want to get a bit of a head start to see, what she does and how she does it, then go to these links. I'll talk to you next week. Bye.